Yahoo! Prof here, and we got a few videos for you, some of which are preparatory, not predatory. Preparatory as in preparing. Oh shit. My USB-C down here fell though. And I need to make like a little spot. I'm just coiling it up right there. We got all this. Gotta make some room though. I want to get some drink with the, get some Pocari sweat in me. I'm thirsting. Oh, I just knocked over my knives there. That's not a video coming up. That is the remnants of the light bulbs I replaced for my grandparents in the basement. This, however, is an upcoming video. Advertising worked on me. The guy, Tech Syndicate, reviewed a GameCube controller, and I may have immediately bought it. Just slightly. Slightly immediately. That's a thing, right? What are you looking at today, though? Well, something to clothe me, because I am cold, and that's why we're doing this video first, for a bunch of these other ones. Oh. Thirsting, like I said. All the thirst. All the ing. I gotta fix this guy too. This had that. And then I went on, where was I? I think over at my dad's. And I need one of these. These are USB, for those of you that don't know, these are USB-C video adapters. So I have one, yeah, it's HDMI, it's VGA, HDMI, and then I have a DisplayPort one. The HDMI, I was having to bum around here until I ordered the correct one. Those might not actually be they're not the best quality, they're just handy because they're on a little keychain. I kept that Gerber container for this guy because it's, I can even see it in my video there. It's like, goes past 180 degrees. I did open a thing up with Gerber about that. So we'll see if they do anything. And if they do, what it is. Thought I'd just keep the packaging until then. These are knife parts that can go there. Got some very yellow lanyard pieces. Something in there. There's all the Gerber EABs. And the two that are too old to take these fancy new thumb screws. If you guys haven't checked that video out, go for it. And when I mean too old, I mean like they're more than 10 years old. And they use different threading and a better quality screw. Back in my day, you know. All right. So we got two packages, and there was supposed to be a third, but got delayed. I was about to contact this company, LTTstore.com. Sorry. I can feel the old boogers rattling around there. nose bogies, right? So it's supposed to be a third package, but it got delayed apparently. Misproduction. I don't know if it was wrong sizes or what, but yeah, something happened where they didn't either make enough, or didn't make enough of certain ones, or made the wrong sizes, or they were printed wrong, something like that. I forget what it said. Oh, like I said, I was thirsting. Oh, I gotta put the new box of Suguru that was opened. Hopefully it hasn't been tampered with. But I was not going crazy. I should have had another package. Good to know. We need the letter opener. Shing! I need Joe from over at Paul's Hardware to edit in the sword unsheathing noise every time I use it. Okay, so you're gonna see some new items from LTTstore.com. The ones that got delayed were their re-released ones. So I had like the CPU t-shirt, the GPU t-shirt, and then they did them in colors rather than just black like they used to. And they did them in tall. Screwdriver bits, Torx. Good. There's more of those? We should. Hello? Okay. Look at this, they actually have SKUs now. They used to have that. That label does sadly cover up a lot of stuff there. It may be purposely placed though as well to prevent it from opening up by itself. You might be asking, Profist, why are you buying 2 packs of Torx bits? A, don't you already have Torx bits? And B, why 2? Well, here's why 2. There's my secondary set of bits, and if you notice on the Torx up here, we're missing 3 sizes: 25, 20, 15. That's what I believe LTT should be putting in their screwdriver instead of the Robertson or the square drive. So I'd already bought 2 extra sets of these, but then I got my yellow screwdriver from LTX, and I also swapped them T15, T20, T25. Well, so I need to replace those missing guys, or once I finally get the official, he wants to make the official bit holder available, I might transition them out of here. Might not also. But then I also have my clear guy. So I want to stock it just like I would all my other ones, because I'm now used to that, where I take the Phillips 2, put it in here, I leave it in here all the times because that's mainly what I use. And then you go in here and you take out the square 1, square 2, and then you have T15, T20, T25. So that is why I got to replenish the ones I stole for one of the other screwdrivers. I think my yellow LTX one. And I need it for the clear. That way, you know, like all of my drivers are set up the same. I would say either set up all your drivers the exact same, or set them up very different. Like I know Linus keeps one of his, like he keeps one all Allen, all Torx, etc. Like you would like a multi-bit. Like I've got some ones from like Diablo, or not Diablo, This is brand Husky from Home Depot. A lot of times you can get multi-bit drivers from where it's like the same multi-bit driver. It's just, you know, set up with hex, Torx, maybe Phillips and flathead. You know. Then we have, there you go. This is one of the few that has come in 2XL tall. This is just a plain one. Ugh. Nothing super fancy there. Blank short sleeve olive. Torx bits. Grip tape. Yes, sir, doodle. This is 3M grip tape, or 3M backed grip tape, I believe. Made by D brand for LTT. This is obviously not going on my clear one because you do not want to hide this thing's magnificence. If anything, I'll probably put it on my yellow one because this is my most used one, most beat up one. And I may put it on the other, like I got the black and the orange, the original orange, and then the original all black. Maybe it'll go on those if this goes well. In one of these packs, it includes enough grip tape for your big one. And both of these came from LTX, and because this was only available at LTX, from what I recall, all black stubby. In here, I haven't really changed anything because it's just Phillips 1, 2, or Phillips 0, 1, 2, 2 flats and the magnet. I don't know how useful the magnet is in the stubby. I just haven't swapped it out. Usually, to be truthful, I'm actually using the stubby in combination with that set of bits you saw earlier, rather than the ones that are just in it. So, I got more screwdriver things. I'll probably try on the big one first before I even put it on the stubby. Then the last item in here is another LTT t-shirt, but it is a bit different. Oh, and right now I'm wearing, you might have seen at the beginning, the pink one. That is based on their staff t-shirt from LTX, but this is the shirt is a write-off, yada yada yada. Because he sold them under cost, which people are like, oh, you can just write that off as a company, and he's like, it's not how this works. So fuck it, we're gonna prove it, and we're gonna write it off. Now the other color that they did with that same thing were other ones from LTX. Like they bought like purposely weird colors, which is the correct thing to do for like staff and whatever else t-shirts, so that you can like tell them out in the crowd, right? And they basically use that as a way to get rid of those. This is the same cut except tall, right? Which means when you sit down, it shouldn't pull up if you're taller. I've apparently found out that in many cases, taller means, what was it the other day? Like above 5'9", like 5'9" is the cutoff. Might be, you know, like, I think that was, or in a lot of cases, that's the cutoff. And I wouldn't necessarily consider that tall, but when I'm only slightly above that. It's not like I'm like 6'4" or something, you know. But I quite like their t-shirts and the tallness of it. I have some other ones from like Duluth Trading and some other stuff where I've gotten tall ones before. So I was all about the tall shirts. So picked up some of just the blank ones at first because that was all that was available. Now the ones that got delayed were the ones with designs on. Excuse me, that were also all available as tall. This is also a shirt. Not available in tall. is like wax paper, it looks like. You can tell because of the design, there's like a piece in between. And this is their glitch t-shirt. I am still to this day, I almost ordered on my second order, the mouse pad with this design on it. And it's at the bottom. I had some really cool anime t-shirts back in the day that were like kind of blank up top with the design at the bottom. So this one's super cool. It's supposed to be like a destroyed / wrecked LCD panel, and it's only on the front. I think I'd be interesting if it wrapped all the way around. This is definitely a thicker printing in order to get this multicolor. Like, this is not done the way that they normally do their shirts. This one looked like it said, let's say made in China. Yeah, made in China. So this is not one that they print themselves up in Canada, but the design was too cool. So I had to pick one up. Like I said, I was even tempted to get one in desk pad form, but I really don't need another mouse pad. I mean, it would be cool. Then I was like, oh, I could get it for the work, use it at work, but it really doesn't match the work setup for those who've seen that in some videos. Definitely more white and wood there than black and, like this. Could replace it down here because I have the LTX mouse pad, which is pretty bright and colorful over on the other on the repair PC workstation. I could do it over there, but like really not needed. But yeah, I thought this one was going to be, or this one is really, really cool. Same 60%, 40% Creator Warehouse. So it's probably using their same blanks, but just due to the complexity of the printing, their printer in Canada either couldn't handle it or couldn't do the design. I will say that due to tariffs, their shirts used to be like $20, which was cheap. Now they're $35. That's why you're gonna see less stuff of mine from them, probably. This right here, though, was a non-negotiable. I'm getting big bonged. I am getting big bonged. Alright, let's take a look what's in here. It's thicker and fluffier, so maybe if you guys have some guesses, throw them down below in the comments. Oh, so I should say with the screwdriver bits that we just did, like how I have I'm pulling out the T15, the T20, T25. I mainly use T15, T25. Though there's a lot of PC stuff now that uses T20. Nvidia's mounts, Noctua's mounts use T20. They use T20 because the original CPU socket that started using Torx was the Threadripper, and that started being a T20. Now AM5 uses a T20. So that seems to be the go-to. I think HP on their desktops uses Torx for all the stuff, which they should. It's like a Torx with like a slot through it. Never use the slot. I want to say those are T15s though. Maybe if they're T20s, that would make sense. But I feel like they were T15s. Letter opener to the rescue. This little guy here might be for the letter opener. EDC PEI T titanium combination. Indeed. Indubitably. Pow. Kerpow. Pablam. Alright. Gotta save the best thing for last, right? That's what you're told when you're a kid. Except when you're an adult. Fuck it. Right? Ugh, doesn't want to unstick. Time for the letter opener. Let's see, does it say 2XL on it? No, she's got a, there you go, 2XL. These are their party shirts. This one is based on, I believe, Windows Vista. Oh, this like wants to stretch, not cut. Interesting. I need to cut off my... Weird. Probably need to cut all this, or clean all this shmoo off the knife. That does make it not cut great, but... Pow! This one's probably gonna get ironed. Oh, I got the clay in there, keeping it fresh. Micro pack dry clay. That's instead of the do not eat. I think you're still supposed to not eat. Well, it says 100% non-toxic now. Still says desiccant do not eat. Yeah, see, once again, it's not because the other thing is silica. Is it silica or silicone? Either way, they're like the beads, right? It's not because they're that material. It's because they swell up because they're a desiccant. But wow, this one's pretty generic, I would say, in terms of these style shirts from them. It is the Vista theming, not the background. I don't think it's the background. Is it a screensaver from Vista? It's like the swoopy, the light swoopies. Pazer, this is my new clothes. Yeah, that's my new clothes. Can you get off it? No, you're going more on it. Pazer, Pace. Come on, off there, Pazer. Come on. Oh. So that's gonna have to be off to one of these to work. My mom was being like, "Oh, you don't wear those lately." Yeah, because it's like 30 out Fahrenheit. For those wondering, I tend to at least wear a long sleeve, if not a flannel. When it's actually it's warmed up to like probably 50, 60. Pays okay. Guys, I think Paisley wants some attention. Yeah. He just jumped all the way up on my shoulder as I'm walking by. Yeah, Paisley. You know, I got like 3 videos to make, Paisley. Huh? Do you know that? Yeah, you're being grumpy. Yeah, you're being whoopy. Ugh. Wait, now you're freaking out. Jeez. Yeah. What's up? What are you doing? It's not even midnight. Yeah, we're starting early. You can come here. Come here. Yeah, I gotta keep opening things. That's why the guys and gals are watching. 90, I don't know, 8% guys. I really don't like cutting towards you, kitten. You know that? Yeah, I really don't. Yeah, that's my new, well, you know exactly what that is. It's probably why you're going at it. Yeah, this blade is still plenty sharp, so it's gotta be the goo that's on it. Let's take some, alcohol. Actually, I've made quite a few box cutters if you have them. The reason why they're starting to feel dull is actually not because they're dull, it's because they're not sliding through the material as easily, which is actually due to like crap, like tape and other crap being built up on them. Now, often with box cutters, since it's just so quick to swap the blade, like flip it 180 degrees, or even just swap it out completely, I don't bother cleaning those. But if you were really hurting, or you really want to make the maximum out of whatever you're getting, try it out, because cleaning them off seems to make them last a heck of a lot longer for me. You guys should be able to tell what this is. This is Soltaire, the Legend of Soltaire. Ye Gen Alphas don't get the Legend of Soltaire jokes. Tried that last weekend, and they look at me like, "What do you mean, Legend of Soltaire?" And I'm like, "Solitaire." They probably also wouldn't get Manuel. Go talk to Manuel. And no, that isn't me being. It's the manual. I mean, maybe that, to be truthful, that might have some connotations to it. The way that I at least intend for that, it doesn't. More, is that more clay? It's more clay. They put it in there so it doesn't stick. There you go. So I'm guessing they changed up the card color. Would be because with all of these, there are always slight tweaks to. Well, there's TL, LTT for the cards instead of actual cards. They throw a little bit of that in there. This one compared to the Vista screensaver wallpaper one actually feels really nice. So I don't know if they used a different material for this or how it was done, but this shirt just feels. The other one feels like a lighter weight. This has got a little bit more to it. So I don't know about all you, but I never use that top button. Like look at that profile. I don't know about the style of using that. That top button's never buttoned. Sometimes the second button's not buttoned for me. Always wear a shirt underneath, otherwise People like me with their hairy chest, you're gonna definitely see that hair. Now, if I'm at like a, the reason I call it a party shirt, you know, if I'm at like a cookout in summer that's not like work related or something, I actually might purposely not wear an undershirt because something like that, like a shirt like that's very lightweight and breathable. And I might want it open, so you might be seeing some of my hairs because it's so friggin' hot out. This one opens up really nicely. There you go. There you go. The classic silica gel. Eat. Nom 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 nom. Get some of your do not eat on. I was like, it is silica, not silicon. I was right. You're like, that doesn't look black. That looks gray. Yes, yes. This is the new WAN hoodie. We're going to need to go to my closet to see the other ones once we check this out. So, 3rd gen WAN hoodie. Paisley's just going berserk over there. Paisley, what do you have? Paisley Marie, yeah, I'm gonna take your phone. Oh, I forgot to take my laundry upstairs. Fuck. Yeah, which means I didn't do it either. Days off, guys. Oh, you got a mousey. That's what you got. So it's a WAN hoodie. Okay, if you notice, it's a dark gray. It's a little bit darker in person than the camera's showing. Probably because like the brightness. What they changed, though, is that it is a red. It's an orangish red now instead of an orange. Because that is the WAN colorway. WAN colorway has always been red. But all the WAN hoodies previously were LTT themed, not WAN themed. So they were orange. And apparently, well, I know they did a poll online. And realistically, what's the number one thing I follow for LTT nowadays? More than anything, WAN show. Though, my gosh, Linus, some of the recent takes on there in the past couple weeks have been rough. And not in like a, he's had other issues, right? But just like things shouldn't need complex passwords and everything shouldn't need two-step, and there's been things that I am passionate about that maybe he's been slightly disillusioned with since he's got some moolah now. And he's got either people that can take care of him, or he is big enough where, you know, if something messes up, he can just be like, yeah, fix it. And the company will fix it. But, you know, that company is still incurring cost. Paisley, that's my brand new hoodie! Kitten! I'm picking up your cat litter off my bed. And you sleep on my hoodie. Kitten. Kittanian. Yeah, what are you doing? Catten. You go over there. Alright, well, it's got the cat fur already on it. That happens. So, we got front zip pockets. Left one does not have a phone pocket, but the fact that it zips is good enough. The right one has a phone pocket, I believe. And they made it bigger for bigger modern phones, I believe. Can you not, kitten? Paisley Marie. I might be wrong here. There might be no phone pocket anymore. If so, I didn't find them that useful, and I always only put them on the right side. I think Nocto had them on both, and then I actually used it. Because I'm a left hand. Let go of my hoodie, kitten. Yeah. Jeez. So we got an asymmetrical design here. on the left chest, we have this different colored patch. That patch has a pocket, and it's this whole patch over here. Whereas on older ones, it used to just be a little area, right? The other one that has been significantly improved is the back pouch, which is now half the back of the hoodie. Look at that. That's far more usable. On the first gen, it and even Linus will say it's based on an NVIDIA hoodie that he got at a event, and he's like, I want one of those, but in our colors. Then, I don't know if they stopped making them, or if they weren't available anymore, but they wanted more of them. They had to make a second gen. That's a kitten, so I can't put the hoodie down there. So they made their own. A lot of the pockets is on the original. I don't know if this was intended because they didn't design it, but a lot of the pockets on the second gen were literally just to have pockets, not to actually be useful. Whereas this time around, like this pocket in here, I don't know how useful that little pocket is. It's more to have little pockets everywhere. But a lot of the ones that are more accessible, like on the chest and the back, like for example, on the back, you could put a passport or something like that in there. Then it's covered up if you have a backpack on, right? But a lot of these pockets were improved on in the fact that they're just bigger. He said they did remove 2 pockets, but then all the rest got bigger because of it. So something cool here because of the WAN show being the hexagons. Hexagons are bestagons if you look there, right? The eye ring or eyelet for the Paisley. Really, kitten? We can see your nice... Yeah, we can see your leopard speckles, though. Yeah, everybody can see your leopard speckles. Your leopard spots. Yeah, are you being fast? Yeah, can you roll over? Then people can see your tiger stripes. Yeah. It depends what mood she's in. If she's got leopard spots, if she's being quick, or if she's being fierce. And she's got her tiger stripes on the other side. She said, are you a very pretty kitten? Yeah, you are. You're being feisty because I'm not giving you attention, though. Holy shit. Hey, we're going to have to kick you off if you keep this up. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, hey. Oh. There's your stripes. Yeah, you're showing the true colors now with those stripes. I'm trying to show the camera things. Okay, the other thing they did is that the ends of the poles are heavy metal, which is always nice, but they're also hexagons. There you go. That's really cool. I thought originally they put really thick poles on here. They're thicker, I would say, than previous ones, but they're not. Like, they had some ultra thick ones on some previous hoodies. We can see here, doesn't say Creator Warehouse or LTT, it says the WAN show. Got the terry cloth interior that Linus prefers. I actually quite like it as well. Now, when it's super cold out, I get some other hoodies. Oh, here's another one. Here's another basically useless zipper pocket over here. Yeah, I can't show the camera, can I? Can I? It's feeling like this has more of a Stealth 2 hoodie vibe fitment than the WAN show one. Might be a little bit thicker material, and it might just be because of It feels like this 2XL is bigger than my old 2XL, but it's not washed yet. All right, if you can see this, we got this sort of dark gray. You got that pocket over there. This one's usable, I would say. Like potentially this chest pocket, that is fully usable now. Before it was easily accessible, but like there wasn't really enough space. Theoretically, here, for example, I could put you all in there. Now, and the back one, it's like a back satchel. Holy jeez. Yeah, that's like legit big. So, I would say like currently this feels bigger than previous WAN show hoodies. Like I said, I think the fitment is closer to the Stealth Gen 2. Let's grab this guy. Here is the WAN Gen 2 hoodie. Hang that up right there. There you go. So this pocket went away, as did these little pockets here. I've actually used those, like Linus called that AirPods pocket. I've used it for where I put my stubby screwdriver in there before. These, you might be able to tell, and you mentioned that with the waterproof zips, in some case they would peel up around the edge. I think I've had to do some, and my mom helped me with that. We just used fabric glue and glued it back down. But then inside of here, basically this would unzip, and then there's a mesh pocket, and there's a big pocket in between there. And then here is the phone pocket. That phone pocket is basically too small for any modern phone. I don't even know that you guys... okay, you guys are probably like the very max, and it's even stretching the pocket. Like basically it's wider. If you see where this is, right? When you guys were in there, the actual like back width is wider than the width of the phone. So it's actually having to pull it away and stretch it. This pocket was moved to this arm, right? And this pocket was moved to this arm, if that makes sense. And then you had the thumb holes. Thumb holes have been removed. Thumb holes have been removed from, I think, basically all, even the hoodies that are based on this, they were removed from that. And on my original pair, these don't get in the way. I had issues, but apparently they had enough complaints about them and stuff like that, that they were removed from the, like, it's just not even here anymore. And like I said, on my very first WAN show hoodie, that's a Stealth Gen 2 right there. I would say this, the WAN show fits a lot like the Stealth Gen 2 now, which I like. So you can see they reinforced the corners as they should. Then there's the Tech Linked one, which is basically WAN show with these. They also made a LAN hoodie in green. Oh, it had like patches sewn on and stuff. It is a vibe. It is just not my vibe. It was never my vibe back in the day when that was an actual thing. 1,000,000% not my vibe nowadays. Here's the original Stealth. You can see how much wear there is in this. Like this one, I wore and still wear. Here, I swapped these on there so they don't pull through. Here's the original. This one's starting to get gray. Gray hairs, just like I get gray beard hairs. There you go. It was like a G
I think, or G. That there's a piece of this pole missing. There's your little WAN show logo. There's a zipper up here. That is to let, there's a change. Might be change, like a little tiny change pocket. Yeah. Then there's normal pockets, and then there's this guy right here. You got a little hook, so you can hook stuff there. That's what the pole would originally look like. So this little part broke off. I mean, I wore this and wore this and wore this, and here's where I got that idea for the that little pouch over here. I'm guessing is in the bottom of this because that's not big enough for a phone. But then, like this would unzipper, and that's not even real, as far as I can tell. So, like literally, oh no, that might have a mesh pocket. Some of these on here were literally not even like real. Oh, so on this one, okay, so what got removed on here was, this is the original WAN hoodie. It had a liner like this, right? In this case, the liner on the WAN Gen 2, the liner is the only part with the thumb holes, right? In the original, this is how the older school way of doing this is in the cuff, right? So this cuff is basically the correct length. And then if you want to put your thumbs through it, there's a little liner that pops down that makes it a little bit longer. On the original ones, and this was on many of my hoodies back in the day, 2000s, a lot of skateboarding, snowboarding hoodies had this. It was just a thing of that era, right? So this is actually in the cuff. So, but it also had this orange bit, and that's what I kept getting aligned, because you actually have to align the thumb hole with the cuff thumb hole. So that is why, and like I think they were like curling up too after washing on this one. My mom very professionally removed that. She may have even re-sewed the cuff back on. I'm not sure if she just picked out the inner orange or what happened there, but I still have my original. Like I said, looking a little bit worse for wear, but I have definitely worn this. I wore this when I went to LTX, actually. I brought it with me. OG, And then on the back, you got sort of the tire track, which is the, there you go, Linus Tech Tips, the old school logo. Here's that back pocket. You saw how big, the current one is this big, right? Or the original one was this big. The current one is like literally like the bottom part of your back to the middle. Oh, the hood was kind of cool as well. So like this material here was what was on the inner side of this cuff, or both cuffs technically. But because the thumb holes still work, even after you take it out, I just took it out. Yeah, so that was all in, it's this like double lined hood. Well, that's another thing. You need to check. Okay, it's a little bit longer than, like it goes a little bit further out than my Labs hoodie, which is based on it's basically a WAN or a TechLink hoodie without the colors, without it's like no branding, just black on black on black. I can wear it to work easily enough as just like an outer cover, there's nothing at all on it. The hood length on that one was good, probably about here, right? I prefer that. A little bit longer is not too bad. This would shade your eyes a little bit or keep a little bit of rain off you. I don't think this length is bad. If we started going to these stealth hoodies or the swackets especially, I could wear the was it the Stealth Gen 2? Like this was almost like one of these two is like as big as a robe. Like it must be the Gen 2. The Gen 1 seems a lot like the WAN hoodie. Might be wrong there, but oh, here's Bitwits. That was really nice. It's like got a unique colorway too. Love the Noctua ones. Now you don't have to get them with the writing on the back. They finally realized that people would really prefer without the premium cooling solutions by Noctua on there, because these are amazing hoodies with these giant thick. It's got this like honeycomb weave in there. Super freaking warm when it's, you know, when it gets around here to be, you know, your negatives, right? Nice to have. But yeah, I still got my original. And we got the Gen 2 here, where Linus was trying to sort of emulate the original. Well, I guess Linus and Creator Warehouse, however you want to say that. All right. Yeah, and I have both the Uncle Linus and then just the updated one. Squeers actually got me this one. I've worn it to work a couple times. Got to be careful around here because of this person, this animal, Paisley Marie. She gets stuck in it with her claws and pulls on it. So with this one, it didn't matter that much. My mom would pull it back in or would add more to the character, right? But the yeah, the fit of this. One thing I will say is, I don't know, maybe they removed the thumbs later on, because on my arm, and maybe it'll shrink a little bit in the wash, but on my arm, my thumb could easily be in the cuff, right? And down here, I prefer it this way, but it gets down past the bum, which I prefer. It's just a completely different fit, and I believe different than... Paisley, what are you doing? Oh, you're using my AirTag as a cat toy. How cute. Ay, ay, ay. These are just knotted. Yep, this one, see, went to a bigger pocket in the back. But the bigger pocket in the back, though tall, wasn't long this way. That's what they fixed this time. Is instead of being like, we could have put you guys right in there vertically perfectly, but like, how much stuff would actually fit in there that you could actually use? Not that much. We got a little bit of WAN on the shoulder there. So here's the laundry. I think in the laundry might be underwear, yes. Pants, yes. Here's the Labs. I might call it the Labs hoodie. So then you got the hood. That's the I was gonna say cut hood. That's not right. Where it's different pieces. My brain will probably think of that in a couple of minutes. But you can tell that this material is the same. The cut is very much the same. It's just here. You know. See, we do even still have the phone pocket peeking out, right? But no orange lining, black lining, if there's any lining in certain places. Yeah, being that I just wore that one for all a week, you know, I can basically tell the difference between these. And personally, the Labs one's actually quite a bit lighter than this. Not just overall because of it doesn't have a lot of extra stuff. I do like the color swatch one. I got that like literally random, I believe. It was just whatever color, and I was hoping certain colors, and hey, I got one of the two that I was really vibing. And it looks really nice. It's also that same cut. So I think this is technically the Tech Quickie one. That was back when they actually had all those channels. But this, to me at least, the new fitment wise, the new WAN Gen 3 hoodie in red looks or fits more like the Stealth Pro, but they fixed the hood that was like, that thing felt like you were like a Jedi Master. Even this was really good fitment of the hood. This one was purposely baggy, and they fixed it up on the Gen 2 to be nice fitted. See, it's a nice fitted hood again. And some of those go a little bit further forward on the head, and some of them not as much. But like I said, here I can emulate. This is how the Stealth Pro would have fit, and that would have been like with it sitting. You put your head in the back of the pouch so it actually sits on your head properly, and it would have been drooping down that far. The Swacket first gen is also much that way. I'm sure this will shrink up a little bit once I wash it. I like this orange red or red orange. It's mostly red with a dash of orange there. Fit right away. Like I said, familiar. I feel like it's a little bit heavier. Like the Stealth hoodies were a little bit heavier weight than the. I mean, technically they're different material than the WAN hoodies. Nothing on the back this time, just gray. Gray with some accents up there. So. Questions and comments. I saved the big thing for last for y'all, and you'll see it in all my upcoming videos. Like actually in the shoulders here, until it's zipped up, because I mostly wear them open, it feels a little bit big. Now after a wash or two, which one did I recently wear? This one definitely shrunk up a lot. That's my framework one. That's what I'm wearing this week. There you go, framework 2XL. But that is definitely a different material. And not that it shrunk too small or anything, but it definitely like, it's a tighter fit, not in a bad way, but just it's a really nice hoodie. But I feel like it has shrunk a little bit from original. And yeah, like I said, this one might do much the same. But yeah, pop this one on because. Like I said, we went from about 50-degree weather to about 30-degree weather. That one's a little bit heavier. So I was really debating whether or not I should get the LAN hoodie. You can see this stripe that's there, that's very much on the current WAN hoodie. This is on the Tech Linked, I believe. Like the little pop of colors here. This is basically the same as the WAN Gen 2, just color swapped, you know. And then as we saw, like these color block ones are basically WAN Gen 2 simplified. Then we get to the labs that I had, which is simplified WAN Gen 2 Ultra, just nothing. And it's kind of like, oh, I can wear a familiar hoodie everywhere now. And we've got in here, we've got all the other shirts, you know. We got the Doors logo. We got the pipes in the not original colors. We got the what do I say, Labyrinth screensaver. I think my actual LTT one here. LTT, you need to bring back your flannels, okay? And where the heck is the green one? You never made a green one. What the hell? So, I wear these all the time. I got my mom one. She wears hers. I got people wondering, like, where the heck did you find these actually thick? You know, because so many flannels, they aren't nice like this. Like, nice and thick and proper. There are also insulated flannels. It's not one of those, right? But I can tell you those. I wore that purple one all the time. I can't even see the purple one. And like a lot of the stuff you'll find around here, if you don't go to like even an outdoor specific thing, unless you're looking carefully, you'll get one that like looks like a flannel material, but it's not proper. And those always were, and I've heck, now I should have bought some as backups, you know, since they went away. Personally, I think that's one of their best products they ever had. Very Canadian. And it's hard to get a good flannel. So, well, check out all our videos coming up. We have some, oh, that's not a happy hacking keyboard. That is a happy hacking keyboard. We got something coming up for that. As well as that box I teased in the original part of the video. If you guys are interested in custom controllers, or you're a GameCube controller lover like me, and I know quite a few of you others out there that have caught some other videos where I did various versions of the GameCube controller, you really got to hit that subscribe button and keep an eye out for notifications on that. I think that's going to be a huge boon to my gaming. So, hope we'll see in those future videos. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.